Okay, so since I had this voltage test setup out for another instrument, I thought I'd run up the HG Instruments Neptune insulation multimeter on it and see how it performs. This will measure up to 1000 volts AC or DC, and it also has a low input impedance option as well, which we'll test. We're on DC at this moment in time, and we are reading 99.5 on the Neptune, and put a light on this bit better, and 99.65 on Fluke there. So we'll take this up to, we'll just double it up to, so it should be 200-ish volts now. So 199.7 on the Fluke, 199.6 on the Neptune. Nice and steady anyway. 300, 299.9, 299.7. Smack on 400 really on the Fluke, and we're on 399.8. It's alright, isn't it? Same with 500, 600. Yeah, it's holding at 0.2 volt difference. 700 is 699.9. Yeah, still 0.2-ish. 799. 899. 199.1 against 999.4 on the Fluke there. Yeah, so that's pretty good, isn't it? Not complain about that. Take that down to 100 volts again. I'll just turn the output off. I'll flick him to DC. So on the low input impedance. Okay, so it looks like on the low input impedance my HV supply can't provide the output. Yeah, so it's switched over there. So on DC the low input impedance is too much for this supply that I've got, so that's fair enough, we can't do that one. So we'll just flip him over onto AC now. Just need to pull out those leads. Put them into here. There we go. So we'll drive him deliberately to AC. I'll put him on there. So we are on 48.6 volts on the Fluke, 48.7 volts on the Neptune, and smack on 50 Hertz. So again, we'll wind up. It's should be circa 100 volts, and we're on 97.9 on both of them. 20 volts there, 196.4, 196.4. Yeah, it's, AC is more accurate than the DC. 295, 294.9. 393.5. It's 501.9, 501.9. 600.1 against 600.3. That's a bit more. 698.6 against, yes, and yes, smack on again. 81. 796.7. Can't complain about the AC accuracy on this Neptune for sure. 194. That's 992.3. Oh, my light's gone off. 192.3 on the Neptune, 992.4 on the Fluke. Yeah, I'll go for that. Okay, final element on the voltage measurements is that this unit can also display harmonics with the button up here. At the moment we are displaying 230 volts to match the output of the power supply. Let's turn the light on. Okay, so zoomed in onto the display, you can see I've got 50 Hertz up here and the voltage displayed on the main screen. First press of this button here changes it to harmonics display, and I've got total harmonics of 0 on this. I can use these arrow keys here to go through and identify the various harmonics. So it's DC nothing, harmonic 1, which is 50 Hertz, is 100%. Shows how good this power supply is, I guess. And you can see there's nothing else on any of the other ones. Back to number 1. Second press of this button changes it to a voltage display, so harmonic 1 is now 229.8 volts, matches 230.0 volts from the power supply. So just to demonstrate the remaining function, I'm just going to unplug from the power supply, and I'm going to, you see the display has actually changed to an error message now, less than 42 Hertz. You have to be between 42 and 69 Hertz for the harmonics display to work. So we've now plugged him directly into mains, and you can see if I go back now, you can see I've now got some harmonics in there, 2.4, 2.5% total harmonics. If I go back up through, got 241.3 volts on harmonic 1, harmonic 2 is nothing, third harmonic 1.8 volts, 4.5 volts for the fifth, 2.7, so you see I've got some odd harmonics bouncing around on this main supply here. Yeah, just some odd harmonics there. So what you can also do is if you hold in this button for a couple of seconds, it now changes the display slightly, and it'll now display the highest harmonics going on in a descending order. So fifth harmonic there is 1.9%, and then we've got seventh harmonic 1.3, third harmonic, ninth harmonic, and then everything else after this is now 0. So that's a nice touch there that enables you to quickly find the relevant harmonics that are present within a power supply. Okay, and once you've done with the harmonics and you want to get back to the normal voltage display, just hit the mode button here and it returns it straight back to the original 241 volts there for the mains and 50 Hertz there in the top corner. Yeah, and that's pretty much all the voltage functions. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it useful and interesting, and I'll see you again in the next video.